Well, hello everyone. I have just gone and filmed an intro and realized I had my camera around the wrong way. So I am currently sitting here just waiting for my daughter to come out. I'm just picking her up. It's probably about 5 o'clock. And I just thought I would get another video started. I know I haven't done a video for I think it's been quite a few months since I have done a video, probably since early January since I have done one. And life has been quite busy, so I've been commuting for work and doing a lot of things, and I haven't gotten around to doing any videos. So at the moment I'm just picking her up, but today has been pretty quiet. It's a bit gloomy. It's a bit rainy and a bit gloomy, so I've just been really just preparing a new cross stitch, which I don't normally do very often, but I thought I would have a go. My mum and my daughter do them, so I have picked myself out a cute little Peter Rabbit cross stitch, and I am preparing that today. So I've been doing that for the past probably 2 hours, getting all my threads organized, and it's Easter weekend, so it's Saturday. Easter Sunday is tomorrow. So I've just been chilling out. I've got 4 days off work, which is really nice, and I've just been having a bit of a relax. So yesterday was a nice day in the garden. We are prepping for autumn season, so had to get all the garden beds ready. So yesterday was spent getting all the compost out, getting all the container gardens and the veggie beds all refilled, turned over, blood and bone, all that sort of thing. So today was going to be planting, but it's a bit gloomy. So tomorrow we'll probably be planting, and we'll be putting in lots of cauliflower, broccoli, all of your sort of winter veg. So that's going to be going in tomorrow. Looking forward to doing that. Meanwhile, I am going to sit here and wait for my daughter to come out of work, and then I'll go home and carry on with what I'm doing with the cross stitch. So I will check back in with you soon. Good morning, everybody. It's a few days later than I welcomed you to this vlog. I think the last time I welcomed you, I was in the car picking up my daughter, a little bit disheveled, still a little bit disheveled. I am home today, not feeling the best today, a little bit of vertigo, so I'm just taking it easy today. And I just thought I'd do a little video, a little catch up with what's been happening on our little homestead here. A few things. Life has been busy as usual. Please ignore. I don't know if you can hear the planes. We've got some planes flying around and some commercial, some not commercial. So if you hear, oh, we just had a little butterfly come past. We're just starting to get butterflies. We haven't had butterflies here. I don't know how long. I thought I would have got a lot more, but now that I'm planting out more flowers in different areas of the garden, it's not even spring, it's autumn, and we're starting to get a few butterflies coming through, which is really nice. Sorry if I'm squinting. I've got an umbrella up and it's still quite bright in my eyes, and I'm sort of like, yeah, so yeah, it's really nice to see the butterflies. We had a really big one, white and black one, come through the other day, and it was just flittering around, and it's just one of those things that's really nice to see that we just don't see that much these days. Even the bees, we don't see many bees these days. Our neighbours have beehives, and she collects the honey, which is really nice, by the way. It's delicious, but we don't even get many bees anymore these days. It's a real shame. So hence I've been self-pollinating different things in the garden and whatnot, because we're just not getting the bees to help with the pollination. So anyway, what's happening today? So today I'm having a day off because I'm just not feeling great. I just had a little wander through the garden just to check up on some things. We have done our fresh autumn planting, and you can see behind me, well, that's actually the capsicums that have been growing for a while, which are doing really well, but all the bird netting, you can see there's actually more than that. We've just planted out a whole load of things. Oh, excuse me, just get that off my screen. just planted out a whole load of new veggies. We've put in cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. I have put a sweet potato in, even though it's not really sweet potato season. They were selling it. I got one. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't matter. If it does, great. What else did we put in? Carrots, parsnips. I think we put a rhubarb in because I'd really like to make up a rhubarb an apple crumble or something like that and be able to have that available to us through winter. What else did we put in? We've still got the capsicum going strong. So we've got a few young seedlings in, and when we first got them, I didn't grow these ones from seed because of my last experience. I grew a lot from seed and a lot of it just died as soon as we put it in, but I honestly think that was from the extreme heat that we had. But anyway, this time I just wanted to get some things in because we were planning a bit late in the season, so I thought if I just get them in, that way we can just get on with it. Sorry, I'm just watching one of the planes going across. You might be able to hear that. It's just a plane. So yeah, so I did get some seedlings, saplings, whatever you want to call them, and I have had them in the greenhouse. I had them in there for a couple of weeks just to strengthen them up, get them to grow a little bigger. I didn't want to plant them out in these teeny weeny little seedlings directly into the garden. So I let them grow a bit so they were substantially bigger, a bit more strength, and they're doing well so far from what I can see. The carrots, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check on those because they look like they're struggling a little bit. So yeah, so the veggie garden is in and going, which I'm glad, because we actually we got a new little, it's only a small garden bed for the cabbage and the cauliflower because they grow so big. So I wanted them to be in an actual bed on their own, whereas everything else is in a container garden. So we had to redo the garden in the sense of I had to get all the compost out of the back compost, which was great. I mixed that through with some new soil and we blood and boned everything, just to get a really rich, fertile soil. So I want everything to grow really well this time around, especially with potential food shortages coming, which is very much on my mind and our mind as to what is going to happen there. And I think it's important at the moment to be a little bit self-sufficient with some things, because I think we're going to find here in Australia especially that the shelves of fresh produce is going to be a little empty in 6-12 months time if they can't harvest. So we're quite fortunate where we are that I can have quite a large garden, and I've got room to plant out more if I need to, and the idea of a chicken coop has come back. So we're looking at that at the moment. We did have a chicken coop a while ago, and that kind of went by the wayside when Mum had a fall chasing a chicken and broke her broken leg. So it's not funny. It's just, we all laugh about it now. But yeah, no, she had a fall, stepped in, there was a divot in the ground, and she stepped in that and fell on her artificial knee, which then broke the artificial knee, and that had to be fixed. Anyway, it's a very long story. So the chickens went, and now I'm considering bringing in some more chickens, because if there's going to be food shortages due to lack of fertilizer, lack of stock feed and stuff like that, then I think we need to get some chickens as well, just to make sure we've got eggs, sources of protein, that sort of thing, if it all goes a little bit dire, which there's a 90% chance it probably will. So anyway, the garden is in, which I'm really happy about. What else has been happening? Everything's grown really well. I'm really happy with the flowers. The salvias that I planted down the end, I'm not sure if I think they might be in a video a while ago when I first planted those. They've grown up really nicely. I can do a garden tour later and add it to this vlog just to see how everything new was growing and everything's gone in. Here it comes. We see it in the background there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. I can do a garden tour and take you through and show you all the new growth. So yeah, the flowers are doing well. We've got hibiscus. We've put in some new violas or something. I've got the 2 different colour salvias. I've just put in some more snapdragons. We've got some gerberas down there. I just put in some, oh yes, I said the snapdragon. Sorry, my head is really not with it today. I'm trying not to be too dizzy. Like I said, I just went for a walk through a really gentle walk, just through the garden, through the veggie garden, just to have a look at everything. And I'm just kind of swaying and feeling really unsteady on my feet, which is the nature of vertigo. Everything swirls. So yeah, that's what's happening with the garden. So it's all going really well. A few more things we want to add and do. Like I said, there's the chicken coop. We may put in a second small veggie bed, depending. We might do another one of those. And I also want to get some of the larger round, probably about 2 foot or so high veggie beds, and that will be for potatoes and sweet potatoes. So my lesson was sweet potatoes, not so much potatoes, but sweet potatoes, is that they just continue growing and shooting. And even when you take them out, if you want to plant anything else in that bed, forget it. They just keep growing and shooting and sprouting. So I have learned that if you're going to have sweet potatoes, you want to contain them and just grow just that in that bed, and that's it, nothing else, because they're unstoppable. So that is the garden. It's just looking good. Another thing I've been doing is I just started cross stitching, which I have attempted many times before throughout my life and unsuccessfully. But anyway, my daughter's a cross stitcher. My mother's an avid cross stitcher and has been doing it for years. And I wanted to do something different and something to do at night, so I'm not doom scrolling all the time, which can happen. So anyway, I picked up, this one you can't really see. I'll show you a little picture of course, in the nature of, we just had Easter. I will show you the cross stitch that I just got. I just thought it was so cute, and it's so nostalgic for me, is this. So I thought that was just so cute, and it just reminds me so much of my childhood, and the Beatrix Potter books, and I used to have those read to me as a child. And I saw that and I just thought, oh, I have to do that. So I'm in the process of doing this, and this is the stitch. So these cross stitches come printed. So they're a printed one, and you just follow the pattern, whereas in the past it's always been like counted. So this is what it looks like. So you can see I've actually done some here, done some up. So I'm pretty proud of that, and I'll just keep following it until I get to the end. Because my mum does a lot of this stuff, she helps me to make up my kit. So this is how we make up a kit. So this is what it looks like. You can see. So in here I number and wrap, because these colors come numbered. We get these little tabs, and you just wrap it around like so, and you have, it comes, let me just show you a bit better. I'm not doing this very well, but you can see here it comes with a color and number chart. So what I was shown to do is to enlarge the color and number chart. It's the example color and number chart, and you can see much clearer the number and the thread. So, you know, everything's colored with a particular color or shape, and I've numbered them all up, so I know exactly which one to grab, which one to use, and go from there. So, and I have to share cute little scissors. Look how, aren't they gorgeous? Little vintage scissors. How cute are they? Like you can see, you can look. I think they're so adorable. They're so cute, and I have seen on some websites others, and they're really vintagey, the scissors. So basically made up an entire kit for the cross stitch. So it's literally just grab and stitch. It's that easily. So yeah, so I've made my way through this portion, which I'm enjoying, and I may do some later actually. It's quite nice to do. I usually just I'll just pop a YouTube on or something like that. One of my favorites, Lydia Millen Gordon's one of my favorites. Leonora Smee's one of my favorites. I have quite a few favorites, and I watch a lot of garden videos to learn things, but I do have some lifestyle vloggers that I just enjoy relaxing and watching. They're so easy to watch, so I'll just do a bit of cross stitching. And yeah, oh, also I should mention these, you notice there's a lot of color on that and you think that might deter from the pattern, but these are washable. So once you've finished, I haven't done it but others have, once you've finished cross stitching the whole thing, you rinse it off and you wash it, and all this color washes away, and then you're just left with your cross stitch. So my plan is to do this up and frame this one actually, because it's so nostalgic to me that I just, yeah, that'd be really nice. So I've got that one. I've got a couple of others. I've got some sunflowers, and oh, I got one which is a bookshop. Actually, I might grab it and show you. Okay, so I just went and grabbed these. I hope you can see okay with that sun on me like that. I think the neighbors are doing some electrical work as well, so please just ignore all the noise. Okay, so this was the sunflower one that I got, which is really good. I really like that actually. It's so pretty. Considering I love flowers, I thought that was really nice. So this is basically how they come. All your threads are in there. I can link these, by the way. I will link where I have got these in the description. But you get the picture, you get all your threads, your canvas, everything in here, which is really cute. The other one, which I have actually already opened. Oh no, I haven't opened this one. Have I? I thought I had opened this. Oh, stop, slow down. So this one came in a, okay, so this one is, here we go. See if I can open this one. This one's a bit, so I got this one to be able to do for my daughter. My daughter loves books. She's a book collector. She collects like a series of books, but in all different editions. She'll get the collector's edition. If one's released as a collector's edition, she'll get that. Signed copies. She's got a whole shelf of books. But this is what I got. I don't know if you can see that. So this is one that I want to do for her to put into her library. So just to give you an example, this one's a little bit bigger. So this is how the threads come, just like this. And then I go through all of that. It looks like a mess. They're attached. You can see they're attached with all their numbers and everything here. So I go through all of that and I turn it in to that. You can see across the top, which, oops, that was not done up. That was risky. Just dropped everything out of there. I'll just flip this up before I think I've got something in the way here. There we go. And these containers, I'm pretty sure we got these. Honestly, if you go into the storage section of Bunnings, I'm pretty sure that's where we got these from. And these ones actually slot into a shelf of 4. So you could make up a whole load of these if you wanted to, and your own kits ready to go, which is handy. So this one is a lot bigger. This one's going to be a little more challenging. This one is quite, you can see, huge. And as you can see, it's just all colors. Follow the, like a code, follow the code, the pattern, whatnot. Comes another plane. And Bob's your uncle. So that's the second one. So I have a bit of cross stitch work ahead of me. So that's what else I'm working on. I'm looking forward to doing those. I do have another one. These are what you call 14 count. I do have another one in there, which, I think it was 11. It's of this beautiful old style Georgian home, which is, I think it's Georgian or something along those lines anyway, which is really nice. So I might do a bit of that later. It's quite warm out here actually. It really has warmed up. So I thought I'd show you those. I'll definitely link them below, so you know where you can find these kits if you're looking to do one like the one that I have. I will share it and you can yeah, take a look, have a go, see what you think. What else has been happening? Not a lot else really, just work-wise is busy. Currently looking for another role because my contract's coming to an end, so that's a little exciting and terrifying all at the same time. So I am on the job hunt as well. So that's probably about it for now. A few things that I want to do. Oh, I want to do a sourdough. I really want to have a go at making my own bread. One of my YouTubers that I follow, she makes her own sourdough and it always looks amazing, and I really want to have a go at making my own bread. So that's something I want to do, is get the starter going and learn how that works so I can make our own loaves, and yeah, I think that'll be fun. So I think part of the problem is I haven't been drinking enough water as well. A bit dehydrated. So take this as your reminder to hydrate and drink water. So if you haven't had any water, pause this video, go and get yourself a drink and come and sit back down. Yeah, so what else? We've just had Easter, which has been nice. We just had 4 days of Easter break, which was really good. That was pretty much spent in the garden, like I said, doing all the garden beds up again. You can see this here was the tomatoes. I've just put a fresh batch of nasturtium in there with the pink flowers. I can't wait to see what that looks like, and we can throw that into food and salads, which is another nice little addition. I do want to get my sweet peas going again over the cooler months, the cooler sweet peas, and see how they go. More so just for more flowers around the garden. Like I said, we're just starting to get some butterflies, which is odd. We don't get them in spring. I don't think I saw one butterfly in spring, but so far I've seen 3 in the past like 4 days, and it's autumn, which is my favorite month of the year. But summer kicked back in. Yesterday we had 30 degrees. I think today we're having close to 35, and then it drops back down, I think, to 25 tomorrow, which will be nice. So I prefer the cooler months. I'm more of a cooler weather person. Maybe it's my British background. Both my parents are British. I don't know what it is, but I prefer the cooler weather. I don't do extreme heat. I don't like it. I can't do anything in it. I prefer the cooler weather where the sweating is not so prolific. So yeah, the cooler months are coming, which is really nice. We've just started to get fog in the mornings, and you can just imagine this. It's so beautiful in the mornings with the fog when it rolls in. It's really, really pretty, especially in the middle of winter. It gets very, very foggy here because we have the river behind us as well. So it gets very, very foggy. And yeah, so I think going into winter, it'll just be about protecting the plants or flowers that aren't as frost tolerant, and making sure I'm putting some in that are frost tolerant, because we do get frosts here through winter as well. What else has been happening lately? That's pretty much it for now. So I might actually just go and have a little bit of a rest because I'm not feeling great. So maybe I'll do some cross stitch later. And I do want to take you through the garden and show you what's happening in there, and I will do that. Whether I add it to this video, not sure. I'm already clocking 22 minutes on this one, so it might be in the next one. This is just more of a catch up for what I've been doing, what I've been up to: gardening, cross stitching, not enough baking, stressing just a little over work and the fuel crisis that we're currently going through. Petrol prices are through the roof, and it could run out. We actually don't know if it's going to run out or not run out. So I think everyone's in the same boat as to what happens in a month's time. How do we get to work? How do we commute? How do we do all those things? How do we mow the lawn? If it comes to that, I don't think anyone really knows what's going to happen. So I think it's a little bit worse in Australia because we don't have as long a supply as other countries. So it's a little bit more stressful for us. I think people are trying very hard not to panic, which is the best thing to do, but plan and be mindful. And I think it's a good lesson for everyone in all households that I think there's a certain degree, there should always be a certain degree of self-sufficiency. No matter what, I think whether your country is affluent or not, I think that you should always have a level of self-sufficiency. I just think it's to rely wholly and fully on an institution or someone else to supply your needs, to me, is wild. Hence, you know, I've always had a garden. So, and I think the thing for me to learn is how to keep that garden going so it produces well, because I've had some flops and some fails, and especially through summer, it was so hot. We lost a lot of things, and had we been 100% reliant on our supply, we would have been in a bit of trouble. So I think what's going on here in Australia now, I think, you know, it makes you incredibly mindful of, if the worst happened, which we hope it doesn't, but if it did, what would we be eating? How would we feed our family? How would we, you know? So, and in modern times, most people don't think about that. I don't know if it's because of my background, you know, I grew up on land, I grew up more rural, that your mind automatically goes to there. But there's probably a lot of people who, you know, in this world that didn't grow up like that. They grew up in the city, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just their culture's different. They've grown up differently with a different mindset, and everyone's different, and that's great. But I think it's a reminder to everyone that being 100% reliant on something is not in your favor. That's all. It's not in your favor. And I think we all have to be a little independent and self-reliant in some degree. I'm not saying it has to be completely, but somewhat. Anyway, that's my little tangent. I will get off that now, and I'm going to go and have a rest and maybe something to eat. And if I'm looking a little terrible and washed out, it's just the way it rolls when you're not feeling great. Anyway, I'll be back later. Maybe. Or I'll see you in the next one.